Have you ever had that feeling where you walk into a grocery store, say in the US or the UK, and you just feel lost?
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not because you don't know the words. You can point to the bread, you know what butter is, but the second you have to actually talk to someone,
The script just vanishes.
yes,
Yeah.
the English you learned in a classroom just completely disappears right when you need it.
It's such a common frustration. I mean, textbooks are great for teaching you how to label things in the world, but they almost never prepare you for the speed and the social rules of a real store.
Right. The real world English, grocery store English, feels like a totally different language. It's all about shortcuts and just being efficient.
A light efficiency, that's the key.
And that is exactly what we are here to solve today. This is a deep dive into grocery store English. We've gone through the sources to find the natural, the casual, the really functional phrases that native speakers use all the time.
Phrases you almost never find in a textbook.
Exactly. Our mission here is pretty simple. We want to give you a shortcut so you feel comfortable, you feel prepared, so your next shopping trip just feels easy.
We want to take that pop quiz feeling away.
Yes. Okay, let's unpack this. We're going from the entrance all the way to the checkout counter.
Great. So let's start right at the beginning. You need help. You see a staff member who's busy stocking shelves. How do you get their attention?
Well, my textbook might have taught me something like, "Excuse me, I am looking for the location of the milk section."
It's totally correct. There's nothing grammatically wrong with that sentence.
But it sounds so formal, so scripted.
It does. And it puts a lot of pressure on you, the speaker, to deliver this perfect multi-part sentence when you're already a little stressed.
And what we found is that native speakers just don't do that. They streamline the whole thing.
Massively. The first step isn't the whole question. It's just getting them to look at you.
So what are the key phrases for that?
Well, the simplest is just, excuse me, with a little rise in your voice. But the one we found again and again, the real gold standard, is sorry, quick question.
Okay, that phrase, sorry, is so interesting because for a lot of learners, sorry means you did something wrong. You bumped into them, you stepped on their foot.
Right. Why apologize if you're just standing there?
Exactly.
It's a brilliant question because it gets right to the heart of the social side of this. In this context, sorry isn't an apology for a mistake. It's a polite opener.
A social lubricant.
That's a perfect way to put it. What's fascinating here is how simple phrases carry so much social weight. When you say sorry, you're really saying, I see you're busy, I know I'm interrupting, and I'm just letting you know my request is going to be brief.
So you're basically minimizing the interruption before you even make it. You're acknowledging their time is valuable.
Precisely. It immediately sets a cooperative, polite tone. If you skip it, you might sound a little abrupt, a little demanding.
Even with a perfect sentence.
Even then. So, okay, you've got their attention, now what? The question itself should also be short and relaxed.
Right. This is another place to avoid those big, complex sentences.
Yeah.
I remember one source contrasted. Would you be able to tell me on which aisle the bread is located?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. With just, where can I find eggs?
The mental energy you save is huge.
Hmm.
Or even shorter, do you have oat milk?
You just get straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Think of phrases like, is there any soy sauce here? Or which aisle is the bread on? It's all function. You communicate the key info and get to the solution.
Okay, so that's for finding things that are actually on the shelf. But what about the dreaded empty shelf? That's another point of stress, right?
The empty shelf dilemma, yes.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you need some complex vocabulary like replenish or restock.
But you don't.
You really don't. You just need a few direct questions to figure out if the item is gone for good or just not out on the floor yet.
So the sources gave us some great direct phrases for this. You can start with the obvious, are you out of this?
Or if you think maybe they're stocking it soon, you could ask, is this restocked today?
And then there's the classic one, the one that really shows you understand how a store works. Asking about the back room.
Yes. You'd be surprised how many learners don't know they can even ask this. You're basically asking about their inventory system. And the phrase is so simple.
What is it?
Just, do you have more in the back?
Do you have more in the back? That's it. It's so useful. But then we also have to be ready for their answers.
Which will be just as brief and functional. The staff member isn't going to give you a long explanation.
Right. They're busy.
Exactly. So be ready to hear things like, we're out right now, or we'll get more tomorrow.
And the one nobody wants to hear.
The dreaded, sorry, that's discontinued. Knowing those few phrases helps you process the news and just move on.
Okay, this is Fantastic. Let's move from the aisles to the checkout, because this is where the speed really picks up and the specific vocabulary really kicks in.
The transaction zone.
Let's start with prices. You see a sale sign, but you're not totally sure it applies to the item in your hand.
Right. You need to confirm the cost. And again, you need short, actionable questions. Things like, is this on sale? Or if you're confused by the sign, is this price correct?
But there is one piece of vocabulary here that is just.
Yeah.
It's pure, essential grocery store English. I don't think you can function without it.
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's the phrase ring up.
Yes, ring up. It's a verb, and it basically means what the cash register's computer shows the price to be when they scan the barcode.
It's the moment of truth for the price.
It really is. And this lets you ask a very powerful, very natural question at the register.
Which is,
Does this ring up cheaper?
it's such a good one. You're not asking the cashier to do math in their head.
No, you're asking if the system, the computer, is programmed to apply the discount automatically. It connects the physical the ring up to the price you expect to pay.
It's so much more efficient than saying, will the advertised discount be applied when you scan the item?
Infinitely more efficient. And the cashier knows exactly what you mean.
Here's where it gets really interesting. That small phrase defines the entire transaction. It helps you advocate for yourself, financially in this really fast-paced moment.
Totally. Okay, so you're at the counter. Items are being scanned. The interaction shifts into what I'd call speed English.
The cashier is just running through a mental checklist.
And often on autopilot. So your responses need to be just as quick.
We put together a list of the 4 most common cashier questions. If you know these, you're prepared for like 90% of checkouts.
Okay, let's hear them.
Did you find everything okay? Do you need a bag? Paper or plastic? And the final one, cash or card.
Right. And it's so important to understand the intent of that first one. Did you find everything okay?
Oh, this is critical. It's a ritual. It is not a serious inquiry.
It is not an invitation to review your entire shopping experience.
No. Do not tell them about the empty spice rack you saw 10 minutes ago. You'll just slow everything down.
Your response has to be minimal. For, did you find everything okay? Just, yes, thanks, or all good.
And for the bag question.
No, I'm good if you brought your own. Or just plastic is fine. And for payment, card please. It's all about efficiency.
But there's one more layer here, isn't there? The small talk.
The unstudied small talk, yes. Cashiers are human, and they often use those few seconds to just make a friendly comment.
Which can be really distracting if you're laser focused on your grammar.
It can, but it's usually very simple. They might say, busy today, huh? Or maybe look at something you're buying and say, oh, these are really good.
Or complain about the line, long line today.
The key for you, the listener, is to realize these require very little effort to respond to. You don't need a deep conversation.
So for busy today, huh?
A simple, yeah, it is, works perfectly, or even, tell me about it.
And if they say your cookies are good?
Oh, nice. You just acknowledge it. And for the long line, my favorite is, I know, right?
That's a perfect little piece of social glue. It signals agreement without needing to say more. The big lesson here is just return the politeness. That's all that's required.
Exactly. Okay, so let's shift focus for a second. Away from the staff and more inward. To the things we say to ourselves when we're shopping.
Oh, the internal monologue.
Or the things we mutter under our breath. Because we don't use full sentences then either.
Right. When you're looking for that one thing you can't find, that jar of mustard, what does a native speaker mutter?
Something like, where is it? Or if they're sure it was there last week, I swear it was here.
And my personal favorite, when you've walked down the same aisle 3 times, am I blind?
Yes. These are so relatable, and they're great models for authentic language because they capture a real human experience.
And of course, the other big reaction is to the price.
Always. Everyone reacts to prices. When you pick something up and the number is a shock, the reaction is almost always short and emotional.
You just need a few common phrases ready. Things like, wow, that's expensive.
Or to give it some context, prices are crazy lately.
Or, comparing it to memory, that went up a lot. You're just reacting naturally.
So finally, you've survived the aisles, you've survived the checkout questions. You just need to signal that you're done. Your last item is on the belt.
You need a clean way to end the shopping phase and begin the payment phase.
You don't want to leave them guessing if there's one more thing hiding in your cart.
So what are the phrases?
Super simple. You could say, that's everything. Or a little more casual, I'm all set.
Or the shortest one, which I think I use most, is just, that's it, thanks.
Exactly. And that's the signal. It immediately tells them, Okay, time to pay. We can finish this transaction.
Wow. We've covered a huge amount of ground here, moving way beyond just vocabulary and into actual functional casual communication.
The kind of English that actually makes your life easier.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, what's the key takeaway?
The key takeaway is that successful grocery store English is all about prioritizing a polite tone, using short, functional phrases, and having these quick reactions ready. It's not about perfect grammar.
It's about clarity and speed.
Clarity, speed, and efficiency. That's what makes you sound natural.
So what does this all mean? It means if you're using these simple phrases, if you're focused on your intent instead of, perfect sentence structure,
Yeah.
you're already doing great.
You really are. Remember that the best phrases we talked about, like, sorry, quick question, or does this ring up cheaper? They use so few words.
That they do so much work.
So much social and functional work. That efficiency is the mark of sounding natural.
So we have a challenge for you. On your next shopping trip, try to use just one of these. Maybe just think about which extra words, those formal introductions, you can just drop from your question to sound more direct and natural. Focus on the intent, not the syntax.
That's a great challenge. Thanks for diving deep with us.
We'll see you next time.